All right. Good morning, everyone. How we doing? Happy Thursday. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. Make sure everything is set up. All right. So NQ, a little gap higher this morning. Continuing with yesterday's bullish bullish move. Remember at the start of the week we were talking about this intermediate term range. NQ just a big daily range right now. Big daily range. Tuesday, you got a test kind of into some support through here, daily time frame support. I mean, this is just sideways. This is just sideways trading. Yesterday, you get the big bullish engulfing bar, and then this morning we do see a bit of follow through so far during the overnight session. Remember this kind of previous near term range. So there's like near term range, right through there, and then big just intermediate term range sideways. Price is getting back into this near term range. What I want to see for this morning, let's dip back into an hourly chart, is how price responds really to this 700 area right there. You see the gap fill right there from Friday's close. The Sunday open, big unfilled gap has now been filled. Are buyers going to be able to continue that momentum up into pretty much last week's volume point of control? Yes or no? Yes or no? We're about to find out today, but that is the focus for this morning. I'm going to be primarily just watching how price responds really to this area right through here. And that's going to kind of guide my decisions for this morning. If we see continued strength above this point, I like longs up into this area. If we fail, if we see sellers step in here and prior day high fails, I'll watch down into here for potential long opportunity 25,600. Otherwise, find me down here, down into this zone right through here. So that's game plan. That is the plan for this morning. No 10 a.m. prints today. No 9:45 a.m. print. So we got a clear day here. We'll see. It is the Davos thing still going on? I'm not sure. Are we gonna have some rogue headlines? I don't know. Let's check on that. Pretty core PCE at 10 a.m. Is that? I thought that was at 8:30. Didn't we just have that at 8:30? Oh, I think you might be right. Let me look at FinViz. Yeah, FinViz shows 10 a.m. So okay. That's a good shout. Yeah, we gotta keep an eye on that. All right. Okay, we had GDP at 8:30. We had jobless claims 8:30. Typical Thursday stuff. So it looks like we had PCE prices quarter over quarter final at 8:30. Okay. And then yeah, we have core PCE at 10 a.m. according to FinViz. So check out your FinViz or whatever news aggregator you like to use. That's a good shout. Thanks, Pratik. Man, I would have missed that for sure. All right, let's see this open. There's your open. Okay, so we open lower and we come into prior day high at 650. Prior day high is not in my plan this morning, so not interested. Doesn't mean there won't be a reaction there. It just means I don't like that trade idea. That's all. Good volume right off the open. And here comes prior day high 25,653. Let's see if I'm in RTH. Is this a gap and crap? Is this going to be a gap and crap? NQ and ES divergence this morning. It looks like ES up above overnight high. So Nasdaq just about retesting that prior day high. See the dashed line right through there. Sure, opening 5-minute bargain ready to close. 30 seconds. Fresh lows. New low of day. Volume's below average already. There's prior day high. Yeah, just right through prior day high. Kind of what I was expecting there. No, like I said earlier, no interest in prior day high this morning. Personally, I'm looking at 620 by about 590. I mean, with PCE at 10 a.m., this may be a wait till 10 sort of morning. Mike White is prior day. I have little interest to me today. This area of resistance is in a little bit too close proximity for me. So prior day I treat as a reference point. This 700 area is more of a stronger level of interest. So a little bit too close there. So I'd rather wait for lower. It's not to say price can't respond there. It's not going to bounce there. It's just for my game plan this morning. Not going to make the cut. Looking for a stronger play. Yeah, exactly. A little bounce right there. So yeah, then when you make decisions like that and you see price respond to the level that you passed on, you just gotta be okay with that. That's the game. That's the biz. Not loving this volume right now. Showing below average volume on my end. Look at that. Below average NQ retesting. Volume point of control right there for the sesh. Pratik grabbed a long. Solid. There you go. 25,690s. Coming into the double zero, 25,700. There's that retest of the key zone near 700, 25,700. ES pushing, yeah. ES at session highs. Got a 5-minute hammer. It's more like a doji, actually. 5-minute doji. Pratik ran an NQ and GC. Wow, 2 out 1 time. You're a beast. Both per plan. Love it. Makes the decision-making process easier. That is for sure. What's at 10 a.m.? PCE. A little uptick in volume there. NQ coming back in a prior day high. $25,650. There's your real test. Real retest prior day high. Still cash this morning. Per plan. NASDAQ fresh lows. All right, let's see 25,600. There's better volume now. You got ES testing prior day high. That was value area low, extended hours as well. I like to see that volume improvement. That's pretty nice. And just contending with prior day high again. First 15 minutes down. Man, just rejected our prior day high. Fresh lows, ES fresh lows as well. And we'll see if this 25,600 area has any positive response from buyers or not. Look at that 30-minute. Big bearish 30 minutes so far. So really beneath 590, like I said, this pivot down into this area be the logical target. Where's our overnight low sitting? Oh, yeah, that's way down there. Okay. Okay. So far resistance doing its thing. All right. Talked about watching how price response here. Kind of setting the tone for the morning. Big rejection there. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Am I still looking for longs every day? Long only. Only longs. You don't short? Well, if I trade only longs, we could reasonably assume I don't short. That's right. Mike on a bike. What kind of bike do you ride? Mm-hmm. Overnight gap almost filled here. Prior day close 523. Dom trailed. Nice. What was the entry? 700 reject, maybe? Prior day high. Okay, solid. Solid work. Rich, same trade. Nice work. We got 9 minutes till 10. PCE. PCE apparently at 10. Volume's definitely improving. I'm watching the 600 area, 25, 600. Especially as we get into 10 a.m. There's 605, 610. The timing of the 600 with 10 a.m. not lining up might present an entry. I'm not sure I follow. How do you mean? That was meant to be 2 sentences. Oh, okay. Got you. Let's clean up this higher time frame chart a little bit, get some of these drawings off of here. Mario, 15 minutes setting up as a hammer into 10. I like it. I like it, Mario. Let's see. At this point, we have data risk in 5 minutes here. So unless you're going to open and close the trade within 5, personally, just be hands off. So far, taking 2 scalps, both relatively in the same area. So I look for the intraday spring. Once that first test of 600 was in, that one stopped on half. And then I grabbed a tiny little foothold, a micro retest at 600 right there. Quick scalp. Quick scalp. Can't overstay my welcome. Pre 10 a.m. weakness, trying longs. That's a suicide mission. If you overstay your welcome, see price just rolling over right there. So let's see. Basically flat here with all accounts. Down $82. So that's all right. That's cumulative, not each. So we'll call it, that's basically commissions on 20 accounts, 20-ish accounts. Five more minutes, an eternity? I know, man. So when you gotta queue up the golf game. Even at the prior day high, area was trailing tight, turned out to be scalps. Had a feeling that we may sink lower. Yeah, the prior day high bounce, I probably could have gotten away with the scalp there, but we saw, let's take a look at this kind of breakdown. We saw exactly what I was kind of anticipating. Someone was I think Mike was asking about this earlier. Bounce right into resistance. That's I mean, that's just a little bit too close there. It does not give you a lot of room for error. If you make a mistake, that's a loss, right? I mean, you can get away with the scalp, but do we really want trades we can just get away with, or do we want high probability, easy money trades? I want the layup. I'd rather just wait for the layup. So let's see, we have 2 minutes here. NQ just sitting near the lows. ES has made a new low of day. Why don't I take shorts and only longs? That is a system I tried out a couple of years ago, just kind of as a joke, and it ended up working out really nicely for me. So it's not going to be right for everyone. There's a lot of traders that make a killing shorting, but the mental clarity I got by focusing on less, by basically eliminating an entire additional subset of trades, improved my results. So I'm a big proponent of less is more, keeping a very narrow focus, really kind of just mastering a very, very specific area. There's a lot of ways to make money in the market. Most traders, they have too broad of a focus. They can't really develop mastery in any single thing because they're trying to do everything. Trying to trade everything, trying to catch every move, every instrument. So you end up just being terrible at all of it. And trading is one of those things where you can't be mediocre. If you're mediocre, you're just not going to make money. You pretty much have to be a master. And so the fastest path there is a very narrow focus, if you ask me. All right, let's see 10 a.m. 10 seconds right now. Do you all aiming for 500 and 450 until we reclaim prior day high? Okay. There's 10 a.m. So NQ just kind of kissing the lows, fresh lows now. See if the gap gets filled here down into 523. And it's just right. It's just a little intraday, just a little spring so far. I need some better location personally. It's good to see the volume come in. Kind of a nothing burger print. I mean, we're still right here. Nothing berg. So we got a little blip of volume, and then well, that was pretty much it. NQ just continuing to move lower. See if there's a response to the gap fill, which is right here. Otherwise, this is kind of the zone to watch. Patience right now. Patience, patience. DWALF price cannot hold above 450. I'll call it down to 420, but yeah, that zone, I mean, it really opens up, right? You can take it down into I'd be looking at 250, honestly, from technical perspective. So that's the next downside area. Right now, we just have a little consolidation here in no man's land. Like to see the gap completely fill there. Got priority value area high right at that priority close as well. Sitting right there. That's going to be 25,520. Very slight new low of day right there. And look at the volume come in. It's good to see. Dom, let's see. Overnight low or above 25,600. Yeah, pretty much watching the same. Although I am keeping an eye on this spot right here. 525. Consolidation nation right here. Consolidation station. Parked at the station. $15-minute close in 3 minutes here. Can we get a hammer? Can we get a hammer out of the 15? Personally, cannot do anything right through here, so just gotta wait. Just gotta wait. Still just with basically my flat morning. Flat. How's everyone's morning so far? 45 minutes in. It keeps testing and rejecting overnight value area low. Yeah, we have extended hours and regular trading hours value area low right through there. 575. Oh, I see what's going on here. So the current low is the monthly value area low critique. Look at that. I don't you probably can't even see that on my screen. There's a little just very faint purple dashed line right through here. It's the monthly profile. For the volume profile enjoyers. Okay. Session volume point of control shifts lower. That definitely helps. If price can kind of lift above 575 now, up and through 600. I like the improvement in volume. And I like the shape of this 15. See how that closes. Matt flat so far today. You've had a couple of back to back really nice days. Nice work. Good bounce back from last week, sir. Okay, a little lift higher. Get the lift higher. Can we find an entry? I'll be watching 600, 25, 600. Would have been nice to have that bounce from just a little tiny bit lower. It's doing something. Finally. Finally, man. So the 15-minute looked above prior bar high. That just gets stuffed so far. Intraday still a downtrend. Till it's not. Still is. Maybe that was a little move we need to actually get a fresh low here. That's a prime example why I don't like to buy a break of a structure. Price breaks the structure. Imagine you long, you're like, okay, yeah, it's gonna go higher, and then it just gets stuffed. That's a common occurrence in the index. That'd be a trap. And Q sitting on the lows. Was that a new low of day? No. Looks like it held to the tick. Okay. So no new low of day. That little consolidation station just holds ES pretty much mirrored. And we have elevated relative volume, which is pretty interesting. Test of patience right now. Pure test of patience. Cumulative delta has been rising on ES. Is that more footprint, footprint, footprint? Footprint, it sounds like. What does that mean to you? When you say cumulative delta has been rising on ES, what to you, what does that mean? I'm not trolling or anything. I'm genuinely curious because I don't use footprint charts. Have you taken any trades? I just got here. I've taken 2 trades, basically flat on the day. Flat on the day. Tiny red, tiny red. I'll see it's buys versus sells, more buys since around 1006. Okay. Okay, NQ, let's see. Oh, 1006, 1006. Gotcha. So NASDAQ bumping into 590. I like action above 600. like we've been talking about. And then not only that, then you need an entry. So it can't just be a blind buyer. Gotta have an entry. 25,600 being tested. So I like the look of the 15. I like the look at the 30. Back into that key zone here. Yeah, look at that 30. We have 6.5 minutes on it, so we could be in for an interesting next half hour here. We'll see. You never want to do too much analysis on a candle before it closes, right? That's incomplete information. Dom still sitting, reclaiming, but plenty of upside resistance. Good patience, man. Good patience. I love to see it. Slapped right there, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, that was the D wall entry right there. Fighting the D wall train. We're still just chilling. Need better location. Better trade location here. Price looked decent there for a second, up into 600. But again, then you need an entry. So you can't, like I said a minute ago, you can't just be a blind buyer. Price that you love, you can't just blindly buy. You need some sort of extension and then maybe a little retest there, right? Give you a little foothold, little market structure to work with. But so far, what are we working with today? Intraday downtrend. We'll see if we get a fresh low right here. Remember, the focus this morning coming into the day, we wanted to see how price responded to this red zone. Right off the open, it just rejects. Just rejects right there. So then we talked about this area. So far, not much of a response there. Then we talked about this area down through here. So you always want to remember your context. Keep those higher time frame charts on your screen at all times. volume is it's so good right now. It's really good. At least according to my tool here. This looks at relative volume. 30-minute may close as a doji. So Nas holds the lows. 30-minute closure and 2 mins. What are you guys slapping gold? Trading gold over there, PJ? Pratik? See gold, yeah, gold's moving. Gold's on the move. Let's see, silver. Yeah, silver's moving too. Metals. Good old metals. All right, here's your 30-minute closure. So 10 seconds. Let's see what we're working with. Price is into 600 and just rejects there again. It's another rejection right there. D-Wall is smiling right now. I know that. Mr. D-Wall. Okay, keep an eye on the 30. Keep an eye on the 30. What's the high of our 30? It's 611. Okay, so essentially right there. I mean, like Dom was saying a minute ago, you still have so much resistance. You got VWAP hanging out there. You got prior day high then. You got intraday structure right at 630. I would all yeah, I'd kind of rather prefer like more of the washout. Spoke too soon. He's here. D-Wall's always lurking. D-Wall is always around. Even on vacation, he's trading. I mean, the 5 minute does look like it wants to curl up here. We have all the volume for today's session below the current price point. The overnight gap more or less filled. I mean, that's a couple points there, but that's not really a huge deal if you ask me. Let's see. Let's see. One hour into this sesh, basically so far still just flat. Couple of attempts there earlier, pre 10 a.m. Nothing since then. There's 620, 625, 635. So a little, potentially a little intraday change of character here. Kind of looking above this most recent lower high. It's regular trading hours value area high just overhead with the prior day high right through there. D-Wall looking for 650. D-Wall, what'd you enter with? How'd you enter? Near the lows, maybe? 550? Did not see an entry that I loved. We'll see how this retest looks. Oh, no long. You're looking to reload the short. Okay. I got you. I got you. I got you. $575 was a decent entry, but passed on it. $575. Hmm. Yeah, I don't have anything at 575 personally. Don't tell me that was a little retest right there. Is that it? Huh. That may have been it. A little tiny, just blip lower. Was that a 15-point pullback? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, man. I mean, that sort of play. I'll only. I did one yesterday with the momentum, but kind of mid morning here on below average volume. Nah, 600. I would have tried it. That'd be the long right through here. Retest. Value area high. A tough spot. Tough spot. Still just right here. See what ES is looking like. ES. Yeah, so it's similar structure. RTY. RTY into highs. Look at the holds. That VWAP there, an overnight high on the Russell RTY. YM. Oh, YM volume falling off. Nice open on YM, just big momentum. GC strong. Silver strong. Okay. Take a look at intraday fib just for fun. There's your 50. 50 just now tested. Nasdaq coming back in a prior day high, 653. I'll still looking for another entry if it presents itself. But right now, not a ton that I can do. Just staying patient. Staying patient. We'll see how price responds to prior day high. Basically, we get the move back into this zone, overshoots it a bit, test the monthly value area low, holds right there. We got the bounce. For the reversal idea, I was looking at either prior day close, complete gap fill. Price did not quite get in there. Or this zone down here, of course, did not get there either. So what are you going to do? Got to follow your plan. Don't give it till 11. Yeah, definitely. Another 15 minutes at least. Or just stand here until my dog gives me the look. Yeah, I just let mine out of the office. Dave says, I thank you for making me so patient. I would normally have taken 30 trades by now. Hey, listen, I've been there. I have been there. I've not always been this patient as a trader. But it's necessary. You gotta wait for your spots. You gotta wait for your setups. Otherwise, you're gonna overtrade. It's so easy to overtrade. So easy. So we have to be disciplined with what we want to see. We got to make sure we're locked in on our plan, and our plan may have some faults. That's okay, but still got to follow it. No, thanks, Mario. Appreciate that, man. It's way too easy to overtrade. It's just a button click away. Exactly. Exactly. That's the problem. Okay, NQ prior day high is probably like 61% fib, I would guess. Intraday. Yeah, there's 61. A difficult day. Yeah. Yeah, the location's a little tricky. There's a big W right there, Dom. I'm a little, look at this. I'm a little confused here on what I want to see, so I'm shutting it down. Boom. Boom. That's smart. That's smart trading right there. If the market that you're looking at, if it's not clear, if you don't understand what's happening, you have the choice to do nothing. You don't have to trade it. You can wait for more clarity. You can wait for another day. Love it. That's a big W. All right, Dave. We'll see you. Mario's still bear unless we can go over prior day high and hold. Yeah, this fib sell zone right here. Intraday fib sell zone and prior day high. So let's see if they show up. Trailed Mario. Nice. All right, man. We'll see you, Mario. You should not be over trading as those specific entries will only present rarely. Yeah, I think the primary issue with over trading boils down to we tend to chase outcomes, right? Especially developing traders, there's those first few years where we're just looking for a green day. It's not until you shift your focus to having good process execution and only focusing on the process and just letting the outcome take care of itself that you can really get a handle on the over trading. Because, like you said, those A plus entries aren't always going to present themselves. I mean, they shouldn't. If it's a true A plus opportunity, it's going to follow, a normal distribution curve. So that's well said. All right, so we get a rejection there. Prior day high, fib sell zone, little uptick in volume, and about 10 minutes till 11. RTY's been killing it lately. Yeah, we just looked at it. It looks good. Looks good today. See what the response is down here, back into 25,600 as we get into 11 a.m. We got a reaction 1.15 to 8.45 New York time, legs high volume node. Man, you lost me with that one. You lost me. I have no idea. If ES kind of sitting above prior day high and VWAP as well. I mean, buyers have their work cut out for them here trying to break this value area high and prior day high. We're just about almost 90 minutes into the sesh. How's everyone's morning? How's it looking out there? Let me know. Post up in the chat. Are we following our rules? That's the key thing. Pratik green, D-Wall green, Rich 2 for 2. Dean sitting on hands. PJ following rules, just flip green. Madi break even. Let's go. Looks okay. 75 points on NQ. Nice. Solid day. Mike small green. Josh no trades yet. Good deal. Okay, so here's 600. I like to see the response in this area. D-Wall looking for a 575. Volume point of control. I'm surprised you're not looking for the lows. Volume's improving. And 4 minutes till 11. So I like 11 because it's that new 30-minute bar. You sometimes see a little A little burst of activity around 11 a.m. Let's update our higher time frame. So that 30 minutes shows some follow through. Gives you a test of prior day high. And now we have potentially a shooting star, big wick 30-minute bar there. We'll see how this closes. Still has 3 minutes, right? Not much happening in ES. What's on the schedule, econ schedule for tomorrow? Let's check. Anything? Got anything tomorrow? Friday, MCS tomorrow. Okay. That can sometimes be fun. That can be decent sometimes. Like the little 10 a.m. MCS. All right, 90 seconds till 11, and NQ just sitting on 600 here. Oh, we didn't do the daily hold today. Darn. It's super easy today. I might look at it. I have to look at it. Let me just see 11 a.m. So 30-minute. It's pretty much a doji, just a big indecision bar. You might see volume point of control. I mean, if price continues to trade this kind of 620 area, you'll see volume point of control shift. A little bit of a lift right there. And volume still kind of uneventful. Just average. Let's see, did we get a new? And I hate when TradingView does this. Let's hit a quick reload. There we go. So let me see the 60. Yeah, 60 just shows a big indecision bar. It's a byproduct of location. It's not a great trade location. So my day is going to close flat. Grabbed a couple more scalps through there. The rest of this probably going to get it stopped. No big deal. Should still be light green on the day, but a very uneventful day on my end. See if price moves through 600 here or not. Yeah, this will be last trade of the morning. Slow one. Followed our plan. Cannot control the outcome. Can only control how we actually engage with price, where we get involved. That's it. That's all you can do. On the intra, change of character by higher time frame location was tough. Yeah. Yeah. Today's action, like I said, largely just going to be a byproduct of higher time frame location, if you ask me. Looks like volume point of control shifted. They got all the volume for today's sesh right here at 620. Value area low shifts a bit lower. So break of 635 can give it a little pop back into prior day high. That's the value area high now. 635. If you guys enjoyed the stream today, do me a favor, give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. We're getting close to 10K subscribers on YouTube, which is pretty exciting. And low volume now. Just a little bit of barcode on that 1 minute. Can't give enough thumbs up. Appreciate that, Mike. All right, so we got that next one kind of trimmed off. This we may as well just bring it. right into here. Want the runner to be a runner. No issue with the trade copier today. Still working nicely. I did have my first small issue with the trade copier this week where I looked over and a couple of the accounts were short. But that's in like I want to say like 3 months now I've been using it. That was the first issue I've experienced. So that's good. Occasional, the rare issues to be expected. See if the trail gets slapped here, and we will shut it down. Here it is. Oh, to the tick, to the tick. Wow. Hold my breath. Here it is. It's 1 micro. No big deal. The 1 micro that could, yes, sir. To the tick right there. Yeah, if we can see price show a full retest in a prior day high, I'll definitely trail tighter. That would be 653. Man, I can't believe that thing held on. Literally to the tick, 1 tick away. Okay. So we'll lift it. And we want a clean break a prior day high now. 53. Just as a context reminder, here's where we're at. Right here. So key higher time frame pivot at 25,600. Holds. I'll just switch this again. What is the deal with this? Trading view. Problems. Let's see. There we go. And here's the trail. There we go. Back to cash. That's a light day. Lightest day of the week. All good. We'll take it. I'm going to call it right there. Notice how all my trades are in the same area. All entries pretty much in the same area. That's called following your plan right there. Hope you guys had a good morning. We'll keep it going in the Traders Think Tank today. We do have the coaching call after the close. That's for you can watch the live session if you are in the Traders Think Tank. So join us if you want to catch that. Otherwise, I will see you tomorrow morning. We have MCS tomorrow morning. We will lock in the green day here. It's been all green days so far this week. We love it. We love it. All right, folks. Thanks for your time. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will talk to you later.